Days after India placed the Indus Waters Treaty of 1960 in abeyance following the 22nd of April terrorist attack in Pahalgam, Pakistan has for the first time indicated it may be ready to engage in dialogue over India's concerns with the agreement. According to sources, Pakistan's Water Resources Secretary Syed Murtaza recently responded to India's formal notification about suspending the treaty. In his response, Murtaza offered to open talks on behalf of his government to address the specific issues India has raised. However, he also questioned India's legal basis for suspending the treaty, pointing out that the IWT contains no clause that allows either party to unilaterally exit or suspend the agreement. This is the first explicit signal of willingness from Pakistan, despite India previously issuing two notices, one in January 2023 and another in September last year, requesting a formal review and modification of the treaty. Until now, Pakistan had not shown readiness to engage. Murtaza's shift in tone came only after India announced its decision to suspend the treaty with immediate effect in response to the terror attack in Pahalgam, which was linked to elements operating from Pakistani soil. The Indian Express reached out to Murtaza's office for further comment but received no response as of Wednesday. In a letter dated 24th of April, just 2 days after Pahalgam attack, India's Water Resources Secretary Devashri Mukherjee formally conveyed the cabinet's decision to suspend the treaty. She wrote, "The obligation to honor a treaty in good faith is fundamental. However, what we have seen instead is sustained cross-border terrorism by Pakistan targeting the Indian Union territory of Jammu and Kashmir." She added that the security situation has impeded India's ability to fully utilize its rights under the treaty and accused Pakistan of being in breach by refusing to enter negotiations as required under the IWT framework. This move came alongside Operation Sindoor, which was India's military counterstrike targeting terror infrastructure in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir and Pakistan itself, which has since paused following a ceasefire agreement on the 10th of May. Although military actions have halted, India has maintained strong diplomatic pressure, including the suspension of the IWT as a core part of its response. On Tuesday, Ministry of External Affairs spokesperson Randeep Jaiswal reaffirmed India's stance, stating that IWT was not signed in a spirit of goodwill but cannot continue under the shadow of terrorism. He noted that any resumption of the treaty would depend on Pakistan credibly and irrevocably ending its support for cross-border terrorism. Jaiswal also cited evolving realities such as climate change and technological advances as reason for reconsidering the treaty's current form. This aligns with Prime Minister Narendra Modi's strong message after Operation Sindoor, in which he declared water and blood cannot flow together, signaling no return to business as usual. Looking ahead, if talks resume, India is expected to insist that any discussions or modifications to the treaty be handled strictly bilaterally with no involvement from third parties such as the World Bank. This marks a shift from previous instances where the World Bank played a role, particularly in disputes over projects like Kishan and Ratle, where confusion arose over the simultaneous involvement of a court of arbitration and a neutral expert. One of India's primary concerns is the treaty's dispute resolution mechanism. The current ambiguity has led to multiple interpretations and procedural overlaps. India is expected to propose a clearer, step-by-step system to resolve future disagreements, eliminating the dual-track confusion that has marred past cases. Signed on the 19th of September in 1960, after nearly a decade of negotiations, the Indus Waters Treaty allocates the eastern rivers of Sutlej, Beas and Ravi for India's unrestricted use, while Pakistan receives waters from the western rivers, that is Indus, Jhelum and Chenab. The treaty includes 12 articles and 8 annexures and has survived wars and diplomatic crises for over 6 decades. But for now, its future hangs in the balance. For more updates on the Indus Waters Treaty, stay tuned to the official YouTube channel of the Indian Express.